Alright, so question 1 is who the tragic hero was. Mine was Brutus, because he wanted to kill Caesar for a good reason, to keep Rome out of complete control of a single person. But other conspirators got him into it, got the idea in his head by a false letter that they wrote to him. But he did it for the people of Rome because he thought that's who it was from. And he ended up dying alongside the conspirators that wanted to kill him for a bad reason. So he kind of went down with them, even though he didn't need to. Who did you think, Macy?
Brutus.
Why?
Like you said, he wants to kill Caesar for a good reason.
What about you, Jade?
I'm gonna say Antony.
Why?
I don't think it really matters whether he cared to die. A tragic hero either dies or loses something. No one's ever thought about that. But he lost a good friend. He lost Caesar. And he had to deal with that. And he wasn't naive as enough as Brutus was, believing Cassius. So, I'd say Antony.
Yeah, my pick was between those two for the same reason, that Antony lost Caesar in the process. What about you, Schwab?
Don't know.
You don't know?
Yeah.
Well,
So what do you think that Brutus and Antony's tragic flaw was?
Brutus' tragic flaw?
Yeah.
I think being so easily convinced or something.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
again, he was so easily to
Things like
cling
that,
to
like
someone's
him.
idea. I would really have to agree.
Okay, so we'll move to question 2, which is, who do you believe the most persuasive / manipulative person was in the play? I picked Cassius as the most manipulative, and I picked Antony as the most persuasive, because Brutus spoke to the crowd of people, and they were all on Brutus' side, and by sticking to everything that he said, Antony got them all over to his own side,
I would have
without going against anything that he told Brutus that he wouldn't say. And I think Cassius is manipulative because he kind of, I think there were 3 groups of conspirators. There was Brutus on his own, Cassius on his own, and then the rest of them. The rest of them followed Cassius, and then they tricked Brutus into being with them. So I think Cassius is the most manipulative.
I'd have to disagree with you on that.
Which part?
Decius Brutus, I think, is probably the most manipulative, because he openly said that he could manipulate Caesar, even though Caesar didn't like those kinds of people. He openly admitted that he could get Caesar to come to his own murder.
Well, getting Caesar to go to the Capitol was a small part of their enormous
plan by
plot.
Cassius.
Yeah.
Cassius planned it, but the only one he really manipulated was
Brutus.
Brutus. Decius Brutus manipulated not only Caesar but his wife. The wife thought that she had disgraced her husband when he explained it to Caesar in his smooching way.
What do you think, Tyler?
Well, I agree with you. Martin being the most persuasive because of the
Because of his speech.
the noble man's speech, him getting everyone on his side with that speech.
What do you think, Mitch?
I think the speech was persuasive because he got convicted of the thing.
Thank you, Cody. Alright. Question 3. When Brutus leads the conspirators in killing Caesar in the Ides of March, he does so because he truly fears the tyranny of Caesar. Was Caesar really a tyrant, or is it actually deserving of death? I said that at the time of his death, Caesar was not a tyrant, but power and control changes a lot of people, so he wasn't a tyrant at the time they killed him because he never got the chance to become one. But I think with all that power underneath him for a long enough time, that he could have done anything he wanted and eventually became a tyrant. That's how all tyrants start.
I don't think he was a tyrant. Because he refused an oath of a consul Mark Antony, and he left money for the Roman citizens in his will.
All before, well, the crown thing I understand because he refused it 3 times, but the money thing was also an act before he became king.
I agree with Tyler on this. Not only did he refuse the crown multiple times, but he, even in his death, in his will that Antony said he had left money for the poor, for every one of them.
Both those things happened before he was king. I don't think he ever had a plan to become king, but after it being offered to him the 4th time, and him accepting, I think all the power would eventually gone to his head, because that's how a lot of leaders start. They start as a good leader, and then all the dictators, not democracies, because democracy is controlled by a bunch of people, but if one person has control of everything,
One
eventually
person's word's law.
they'll change. Do you agree or disagree, Missy? Alright. Invite you to finish. We're talking about if you thought Caesar was a tyrant.
No. I don't.
Why?
Because like you said, he left all this stuff for his people.
Before he was a king.
I don't know.
Caesar wasn't considered king. He was told he was going to be crowned king when he wasn't, so there was no title of Caesar being king.
Yeah, he never got to be king.
So there was no before or after Caesar being king.
Sure.
Let me read something from the text here.
Okay.
I've not known when his affections, this is Brutus talking about Caesar, I've not known when his affections swayed more than his reason, but 'tis a common proof that lowliness is young ambition's ladder, where to the climber upward turns his face. But when he once attains the utmost round, he then unto the ladder turns his back, looks in the clouds, scorning the base degrees by which he did ascend. So Caesar made, then, lest he may prevent. And since the quarrel will bear no color for the thing he is, fashion it thus, that what he is, augmented or added to, would run to these and these extremities, and therefore think him as a serpent's egg, which, hatched, would, as his kind, grow mischievous and kill him in his shell. So think of him as that little egg or serpent in an egg that could grow to something bigger and more dangerous. What does that imply about his position and his
That basically means
tyrant nature?
that starting off, if he were to have ever became a king, he would have started off as just how he was, just like a good person in general and a very good ruler, but once all the power and all the money and getting everything he's ever wanted would go to his head, he'd build into this serpent that Clay talked about and start just becoming a dictator and destroying it. And question 4 says, an election was taking place after Caesar's death. Who would you choose? Mine was a toss-up between Antony and Octavius because Antony has some signs of I don't know how to say this, but no pity for the weak, basically. He's talking to Octavius about another soldier, and Octavius says he's a very experienced war general, and Antony compares him to his war horse, and he said, my horse is told to run in a straight line, and once he comes back victorious, he gets all the hay he wants. So Antony compared someone, a war general, to a horse, and Octavius stayed humble, so I didn't really know who to choose between those two.
I picked Antony because Antony was very loyal. The majority of the Roman people liked Caesar, so yeah.
What saying that is that just saying that Antony was on the right side because all the Roman people like Caesar, I don't think they saw the possible tyrants that could have came of it, except Brutus did, so he acted on it. So who knows what would have happened if Caesar would have became king and became a dictator and destroyed Rome, and then if all these events would have happened after that, then everyone would be on Brutus' side, and Antony would look like the bad guy for defending Caesar.
I would have to agree with you. I'm tied with the two. Both Brutus and Antony have good aspects. Brutus thought he was doing something right by killing a tyrant, so that shows that if there was something wrong with his country, he would take it down for his country. But then again, Antony is loyal to his people, and if something needed to get done, he would get it done.
Yep.
So
Antony, Brutus, and Octavius, I think, would all be rulers, but Cassius is.
Octavius would probably have a harder time being that. What do you think, Cody?
Of the three, I would definitely never choose Cassius because he's mentally corrupt, but the other three seem like they can be viable leaders.
I definitely agree with you on that.
What was it that you said, Cody? Who would you pick?
To be king after Caesar.
Between those two.
Because why?
No.
He was the best friend of Caesar.
Yeah. What did Brutus do in the play?
His country
Or
in
did he?
mind.
Did he rescue his country or did he murder his best friend? It's kind of like the old Shakespearean saying, to be or not to be, save my country or kill my best friend.
What do you think, Macy? Who would you pick?
Probably Brutus. Like Jade
Because-
said, he would get something done if it needed to be done.
But Brutus was easily swayed by the rest of them by something he didn't even know was real.
True.
So if Brutus were to become king and someone wrote him a letter that said, this person is going to become corrupt, would he jump on it and
I
just
don't
kill
think
that
he would
person?
be that.
Well, that's what he did to
I would
Caesar.
actually, if I think about it really specifically, just on Brutus alone, if Brutus was, like, for an example, nowadays in our society, if Brutus was our president or whatever, he would easily be, like, higher ups, like someone in society close to him, his wife or his kids or his brother or somebody, he could easily believe what they would say or what they would think would be a good idea. And it would be to their benefit and not to those who need it.
Every person listed has good things about them, and they also have their flaws.
Just like any other person.
Yeah.
I would have to give Shakespeare like, if he was alive, he would get, like, more than just an Oscar for good characters. Not everybody's perfect.
All right, and on that we'll end.